Hey guys, it's Chelsea, and today I wanted to make another, I just kind of wanted to make a vlog video, and I wanted to talk about something that I've recently kind of been looking up and just kind of getting into a little more and more. I really like controversial topic videos. Ones about like Hollister and Abercrombie, MAC Cosmetics, Brandy Melville, all these types of videos, because for me it's very interesting to see the point of view of the person making the video, the point of view of people in the comments, and just kind of observe, both sides to like the kind of the story, and then I kind of tend to use that and form my own opinion. So anyway, I've just been really into those types of videos lately and just looking them up and like looking up like story videos and things. And anyway, I think it's just important to educate yourself about companies and different things. And so today I wanted to make a video on MAC Cosmetics and my opinion on them. So basically, I'm not making this video with any intent to, I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm not trying to make this video to bash MAC Cosmetics or anything, just kind of give like my experiences with their products and with going in store, and just kind of give my opinion on the subject. So this story isn't going to be based, or this video isn't going to be based behind any sort of story or like specific bad experience, but I just kind of want to talk about my experiences with MAC Cosmetics, because I could definitely relate at watching those videos to the things people are saying. So anyway, I just thought I would put my voice into the subject, but just know that there's no insanely interesting story in here. This is just kind of me talking about it, I guess you could say. So anyway, I want to start off by saying that I no longer wear MAC Cosmetics. I don't enjoy their products. The only thing that I really enjoy of theirs would have to be some of their skincare stuff and their lipstick. I think a lot of the other stuff is insanely dupable at cheaper prices, and I hate their face stuff. I really should have brought some of the products down here to show you what specific ones, but their face stuff just breaks me out like a mother trucker. It's so bad, and I just, I don't understand how a company that's going to charge me like $30-something for this powder is going to sell me one that breaks me out. I've tried the Mineralize foundation, broke me out. I tried Studio Fix, broke me out. Their Mineralized Skin Finish powder broke me out. Everything of theirs just breaks me out. And the only things that I tend to enjoy are their lipsticks and there's some of their skincare stuff. Like, I like their oil control lotion. Anyway, so basically, when I first got into makeup, obviously I could only afford the drugstore, and then when I first got into makeup, like on YouTube and everything, MAC Cosmetics was the end-all, be-all, okay? Like, no one really talked about drugstore. Like, every time I watched a tutorial, there was MAC, and now I feel like a lot of these days that's changed. Like, it used to legit be every time I watched a tutorial, something in it was MAC, and people specifically had to make videos with just drugstore products or like a full MAC tutorial, or if they did like a high-end tutorial, MAC was in there. And anyway, so it was just an end-all be-all. So I have probably like 6 different eyeshadows, which their eyeshadows are nice, but I honestly, I think they're overpriced. I get the same kind of result with such cheaper things. I used to buy their eyeliner all the time, and I was just blowing through that, and it was like $20, and I was spending $20 like every 2 or 3 weeks. And anyway, so I've switched most of my makeup over to drugstore. There's a few things like I use like a Tarte foundation, and I use like a Benefit powder. So I've basically transitioned most of my stuff to cheaper products, because honestly, some of them are even better than MAC Cosmetics in my opinion. So, especially face products. Like, I don't know what it is just about MAC stuff, but I'm just kind of like, get your shit together. Like, you're a freaking, company that sells skincare shit, and yet your face makeup breaks people out. I don't understand. And I specifically had a conversation with a MAC artist or whatever. I went in there, I said, listen, this was when I was really into MAC, and I was like, listen, I've got the Studio Fix, it broke me out. I got the Mineralized Skin Finish, it broke me out. What do you have that's not going to break me out? She's like, oh, this is it was like the Mineralized liquid, not liquid, but it's like a cream to powder sort of foundation, and that was like $30-something, and the shit broke me out the first time I put it on. And I specifically asked her, she's like, this is hypoallergenic, like, it's really good for you, like, you won't break out at all. But I should have went back there and been like, like, do you see all these pimples? Like, it was almost rash looking. Like, it wasn't full-on rash, but it was like, you know when your skin's irritated from something and there's, like, little mini bumps that just look like pimples? Because they kind of are, but they kind of aren't. Yeah, that's what was all over my face. Anyway, so that kind of eased me out of MAC, which I'm really glad for, because honestly, I don't like MAC. I don't think they have top of the line products. You know, I don't even consider them high end, because high end makeup is like Chanel, Dior, like these really expensive, like Tom Ford, these expensive brands that like YSL, like those are types of high end brands. But I don't even consider MAC a high end brand anymore. I consider it kind of like a middle man between drugstore and like high end. But anyway, yeah, you know, I went to like a MAC party once. Like, they send you little notices when they're launching a line, and they invite you to like their party. I think it was the To the Beach collection party. And here's my thing. There's a MAC counter. It's just like a counter in a Dillard's by where I live. And that one is the one I've gone to get my makeup done and everything. And honestly, I've never been too impressed. First of all, I think MAC, if you get your makeup done there, they really focus a lot on the eyes and not on the face. And, you know, I have some acne scarring, and when I went there for homecoming and I think prom, I got my makeup done there, so like 2 or 3 times. And every time it was just like my eyes looked gorgeous, but my face looked disgusting. And then the last time I went there for my my boyfriend's homecoming was just awful. Like, I told the lady that I was wearing a white dress and I wanted just a nice light gray kind of smoky eye sort of thing, and she gave me black raccoon, like she smudged eyeliner. I had black eyeshadow just smudged out on my eye. I had lashes, like my eyes looked black. It was like my eyes just looked so closed in and just so ugly. Like, I didn't like it, and the product she used on my face it just looked like shit. Like, to be honest, I was just kind of like, and she was just so, like, she was nice, and I really appreciate that counter, because as far as customer service, I've never had any issues. The only issues I've ever had was with the gay guys that work there. They get a little sassy with me sometimes, but, you know, it's nothing to the degree of, like, you know, some people that make videos on here, like, talking about, like, MAC employees just being absolute ridiculous to them. And that's just so crazy. Like, I've never had that sort of experience, but I have had, like, a few run-ins with, like, there's this one gay guy that works there, and he's very just like, and I feel like his head is a little blown because he's a MAC employee. And, you know, it's something like, you should be proud of where you work, and you should be proud of, like, your products and things that you're selling, but it's kind of like one of those things, like, take it back down here, like, you know, like, obviously, like, look at me, like, I don't have contouring, I don't have this craziness, like, obviously, I'm not, like, a makeup artist or anything, and I'm just here to get, like, a few things. But, you know, if you're not going to treat me like you should, then I'm not going to. So I never get stuff when he's there. But anyway, the counter, I've always had good experiences buying stuff. Just getting my makeup done there has just never been the greatest thing. But the one that I do not like going to is the MAC store. It's like a actual store, and it's in a big mall. It's like the high-end mall of where I live. There's like some low-end malls, and then it's like the high-end mall, like the one with all the Louis Vuitton and like all that kind of stuff. And those people are mean. Like, that's the one I went to for the MAC party, and I felt like I was almost. First of all, this is a MAC party, so everyone that's there is there to spend money. Like, you don't go to a MAC party and just look around. Like, when they have those sort of things, you're there to buy, basically. So I went there with the intentions to buy all this stuff, and I probably spent almost like $100 and something. I remember it was way more money than I had, but or what I should have spent, and I just felt like I was bothering them when I asked them for stuff, and I was just sitting there like, this is a MAC party, like, you know, like, I don't like that feeling, and I didn't feel very welcomed. And this is my thing with MAC. I feel judged every time I go into, not necessarily the counter, but like the stores. And then there's another counter in the mall with the store. And that one's the same way. It's like I don't feel welcome. I don't feel like I feel like because my makeup isn't just like it isn't amazing, that I get judged for that. Like I feel like I don't know. It's just this feeling that I have. Like, I feel like I'm being judged. And, like, I know my makeup is not top of the line, especially at the time when I was really shopping there. I was wearing, like, drugstore, like, Revlon, like, you know. And I still wear that today. And, you know, it obviously, like, your makeup skills improve over time. They're not going to be amazing the first time you're, like, start wearing makeup. And I've never appreciated their service at that store. And the thing is, the store is supposed to be better than the counter. It's like, I don't know, like, I feel like, oh my God, I'm going to the MAC store, and it's always fell through for me. I've never had any sort of experiences like some people with people not, like, just flat out not willing to help them or just being insanely rude. I've never had that, but I've definitely, like, I feel like I've gotten some dirty looks, and I've gotten some just kind of like, if, like, I ask for something, it's like, what shade? Or, like, you know what I mean? And if I, like, ask them to color match, holy crap, like, stop everything. And it's just really annoying because I've gone to, like, Laura Mercier counters and stuff, and they've always been so willing to help me. Like, you go up there, and they're like, are you looking for anything specific? Like, people are always there willing to help you. You know, but that's the thing, is with MAC, obviously, the majority, there is some sort of not great customer service throughout the company, but there are those few stores like the counter at my local mall that is, you know, they really are nice. And the first time I got my makeup done there, the lady was spectacular. She was so nice. As she did stuff, she was explaining to me what she was doing, and there's constantly people coming up, like other MAC artists, you know, complimenting her on her work. And although my face makeup could have been done a little better, she still was just phenomenal. She was just so lovely and so nice. And then the second time I went there, the lady, she was an older lady, and that's the one that just messed up my makeup. Like, it looked so bad. I could have did better on my own personally. And, you know, I spent like, oh my God, like $100 by the time I left, because you only have to spend $50, but, you know, the stuff I like to get there, like the oil control lotion and stuff, is really expensive. But anyway, you know, I don't like MAC. You know, especially since they used to be cruelty-free, and that's when I was really like, oh, go MAC, like, you know, cruelty-free, and they have their, like, Back to MAC program, and they have some good things going for them. But now that they're not cruelty-free and things, is just really annoying. And I understand, like, in the business world, that's like a common thing because they want to make products as cheap as they can, make the highest profit, blah, blah, blah. But you have to understand that, like, sometimes you have to give and take. Like, is it, like, if you have a heart, if you can look past the profit, like, then that's a company I would be more inclined to buy from. Like, you know, like a company that's kind of like, hey, it's cheaper for us to outsource our stuff and that tests on animals and whatnot. But we have such a good heart, we're not going to test on animals, and we're going to just keep the profits that we have going for us. And that's a company that I would feel so strongly about buying for. I'd buy all my oil control lotion there. I do like the paint-only paint pots, so I'd buy tons of paint pots. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that it's just kind of like, okay, well, they're below Estee Lauder, and Estee Lauder tests on animals, so they do too, kind of thing. It's not like the MAC company is specifically going for that. I'm pretty sure it's just something that came down from like corporate and was like, you know, this is what's going on with our products now. But anyway, I don't like MAC. I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing. I've never had a bad experience, but that's probably because I didn't go there too often. I tried to get things online when I could because of just the kind of feeling I get when I go into a MAC store, and the fact that my makeup's just not fabulous. Sometimes I feel like I get judged for that. And, you know, the thing is, it's always a case-by-case basis. Like, I go to the MAC counter, and sometimes there's great people there, sometimes there's not. You know, sometimes there's people willing to help me there, sometimes there's not. But at just the end of the day, I think MAC really needs to sit down and work on their customer service, because, you know, you're not selling cheap lipstick. Like, you're selling almost $20 for one lipstick, and especially people that wear lipstick on the daily, like, they're going to blow through that like that, and you're not going to take the time to just kind of treat them to like the best of your ability, and to just make sure that every person you hire, number one, knows how to do makeup great, but number two, knows how to treat a person right, because you're in the business of customer service. I'm in retail myself, and retail is one of those things where you have to put your personal self aside, like if you are a bitch in real life, and you have to do what you can to sell the products, because at the end of the day, they're not going to keep a store around, and they're not going to let you keep your job if you're not selling shit. So anyway, and that's just kind of my opinion on MAC Cosmetics. You know, it's just kind of like there's a few products I like to get from there, but the majority I just don't shop there anymore. And especially now that they're not cruelty free, I feel like they're definitely going to be losing a lot of people, a lot of shoppers, because there's a lot of people that feel very strongly about that. And like everyone should, because honestly it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, we're in this day and age and you're gonna test on animals, like the F. But anyway, so I hope you guys just, you know, enjoyed this video. I'm not looking for any negativity on it. I'm not looking, like, I wasn't making this to try and get views or anything. I'm literally just making this to try and kind of put my opinion out there, like someone who hasn't had a terrible experience but hasn't had the best experiences ever, you know. So I'm just kind of in the middle. Get products there if you like it, but definitely, you know, I don't know what else I was gonna say. Anyway, I guess I will see you guys next time here on Life of Chelsey, and bye-bye.